guys, what's going on? All right, we are back for part two of the Tupac MTV interview from 1994. I believe it was March of 1994. So we left off right here where it is. So she's about to ask a brand new question, and we'll get into this. We'll let him answer it, and then I want to say a little bit about what he's talking about because somebody gave us probably basically what he's about to say, I think. So
Okay,
yeah,
in the
in the comments. So yeah,
yeah.
appreciate that. That was very interesting to learn. But anyway, you ready to play? Let's get started here.
Yep.
All right, ready? Yeah, here we go.
Scared, but that makes me want to rise to the occasion. You know what I'm saying? What makes me want to give my whole life to him, and I will give my whole life to this planet I have for Thug Life.
Now, when you said a code, I don't know exactly what do you mean by a code.
I organized the OGs in the East Coast and the West Coast and the penitentiaries to come up with a set of codes of ethics for criminals. You know, like we're going to be against drive-bys, kidnappings, attacks on people that are not involved with the street gang, with the drug trade, or the illegal business at all. You know, all that kidnapping and shooting drive-bys out the car, we're against that. And people who perpetrate that, they have to deal with the consequences when they go to jail, because that's who's going to enforce this code and the thug life that's on the street. It's like we cleaning up the dirt. I can't change what the dirt that's here, but I can put all this dirt in one corner. You know what I'm saying? Somehow have some order here. And for that, they need to give me a little leg room. You know what I'm saying? Let me do what I want to do, because nobody else is going to do it. Nobody else wants to do it. But I'm not scared to walk in the middle of Watts, Compton, Chicago, wherever, and sit down with whoever's the OG and say this is what we need to do. I didn't want to change. I love that, you know.
They cut out something there.
Yeah.
This might not be the full interview, but this is the same interview we reacted to last week. But anyway, all right. So, just in case it doesn't come back, it doesn't look like it will to that part at least. What do you think about that whole thing?
You know, my heart
So
just goes towards him. I mean, just what a
so he's,
brilliant young man. I just can't believe
he's 22 at the time.
22 years old.
Crazy.
And just wanting to change the world.
And he started this at least according to the comments, the guy said that this started in 1992. So he was only 20 at that time. So at 20 years old, he was trying to organize the gangs to where, I'm going to read a little bit of what this person actually said, because it was a whole detailed of the code, of the Thug Life code, basically.
Yeah, it was a great comment.
Yeah.
Y'all go back and read the comment.
I'll give the guy's name.
Yeah, we'll give you his name,
but it's on the video, part one of this interview. So, let's see. All right, here we go. Yeah, okay. In April of '92. Just days before the Los Angeles riots began. That was a big thing back then. The Truce Picnic in Watts, California, Tupac was very instrumental in getting rival members of the Crips and Bloods, that's the two gangs, of course, to sign the Code of Thug Life, which details do's and don'ts for being a righteous thug and gangbanger. So, well, yeah, because I mean, so this is what, and I responded, and we'll read a little bit more. But this is what I've always said about the mafia as well, the Italian mafia. They have similar rules to that as well, and you don't involve anybody. You don't like the drive-by, no drive-bys, because that gets innocent people that have nothing to do with it. You target people that are involved in this way of life only. You don't get their family. You don't target, just civilians or anything like that. You only, the rival gang members, you do what you have to do, you need to do. You don't target civilians. You don't target civilians. You don't target family members, innocent people. And that's the same way that the Italian mafia, they have these rules too. Now, does everybody follow it? No, obviously not. then people stray from it a lot of times, and that's a big problem. But when you stick to this, you're less likely to have attention from law enforcement, for one thing, as well. Because if you're gunning down just civilians, they're going to be coming after you more. Now, I mean, they're still going to come after you, of course, because, they're going to look to get promotions and all this kind of stuff. They don't care about the streets.
Yeah, but you're taking the law into
Yeah,
your
but
own
I mean,
hands.
well,
And
whose
that's,
law? It's the
well,
people's. It's a man-made law. So
yeah,
I mean,
but it's still the law,
well,
and
I
you're
mean,
gonna get in trouble.
yes, you
for
are. But and they've accepted that, and that's a part of it. And if they get caught, they get caught. But there's of course no snitching, obviously,
Right.
on anybody else. You handle it on your own. Of course, you don't go to the cops. But I mean, I can respect the fact that he's saying, don't ever put anybody that's not in this way of life
Well,
in harm.
I mean,
So.
I can respect that too, but again, when you do that, there's gonna be consequences.
Of course it is. Yeah. Okay. So, one cruise rat is every cruise rat. So, meaning you got to deal with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, rats are like a disease. Sooner or later, we all get it, and they should too. So, okay. Carjacking in our hoods is against the code. So, again, that's people that aren't involved. So, selling drugs to children is against the code,
Yeah.
of course, as it should be. Having children selling drugs is against the code. A lot of people don't follow that.
No, they
because they
don't.
put kids on the corner and have them as lookouts or whatever. So, okay. Let's see. Yeah, so this is the boys in blue run nothing, the police. Okay, we do. Control the hood and make it safe for non-gang members. So again, this is all about our feud, nobody else's. So.
And he is trying to protect.
Right, and he said, I can't change the fact that it's already there. It's there. So the
Yeah.
best I can do is put it on one side, put it in one corner.
Yeah.
And I mean, you gotta
I
respect
respect that. I do.
And I've never understood. I mean, if they're sticking to that, if gang members are getting gunned down, I don't see why the police are so concerned with it. Because it's not, what do they care about gang members offing themselves?
But not every cop is a bad cop.
No.
I mean, it's a human being. It doesn't matter if they're good,
Well-
bad, or whatever. It's a human life.
Well, if they're only hurting each other, they see gang members and gangs as a huge problem, so why would they have a problem with them hurting each
It's
other?
still a person.
Well, they don't.
Again, there are cops that have
Well,
good hearts.
My
and
thought,
want to-
my opinion, and you're going to disagree with
Yeah,
this,
I am.
but my thought is that they only go after people that are drug dealers, people that are criminals in gangs, so they can get their name in the paper and a big, huge promotion.
Not every
That's my take on it, and it's always been my take. It'll probably always be my take. So anyway, let's continue, and let us know what you think in the comments. So.
That's very close-minded.
That's just what I see. I mean, so. Okay, guys, so we're back. That video turned out to be not the full interview at all. You saw where it kind of jumped completely, and they were just playing music in the background. She was no longer asking a question, and then him answering. It was here, then it was another subject. 10 seconds later, it was another subject. It was crazy.
Skipping.
Yeah, he was not. That obviously nobody has the full interview, at least that I can find. If you know of it, put the link in the comments, please, and we'll react to it at a later date. But there's enough for a whole video of what we were talking about earlier, basically. So, yeah, all right. So I never shouted out the name. Stevie Watts is the user's name that gave us all this information, that wrote all this in the comments. So
Thank you for that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's some more stuff that I didn't get into. Really, there's a lot more, but just some other things. Just some of the rules of the Thug Life Code. But I mean, you read this, didn't you?
I
You
did
read
read
yeah,
it.
okay.
I thought it was
Right.
great.
So-
Very interesting.
Okay, so of course I mentioned this. Civilians are not a target and should be spared.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So harm to children will not be forgiven. So
I agree with that no
Okay,
matter
yeah,
what.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean nobody can disagree with that. I would hope not, but there are people. But anyway.
Cops or no cops, I believe in that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Attacking someone's home where their family is known to reside must be altered or checked. So you got to be dealt with if you're doing. So again, they're all about protecting the community. If you have a problem with another gang member, which you will, then you go to a location where you will be the only one hashing it out, where nobody can get caught by a stray,
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
I mean, and that's, what's the problem with that? I mean, I don't see any kind of problem with that. Senseless brutality and rape must stop. So, of course, that can't argue with that.
Right.
But all right, sisters in the Thug Life Code must be respected if they respect themselves. So I don't know what that means. Well, okay, I mean, I do.
you do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do.
I guess I do because
That's self-explanatory.
well, because I mean, if they're not out there,
Yeah.
basically prostituting themselves, I guess, then
Yeah.
respect them. Don't try to force anything on them. If they're not, though, guess they're fair game.
guess.
So hey, whatever. I mean, they have a choice to do it or not.
Yeah.
Military disputes concerning business areas within the community must be handled professionally and not on the block. So that tells me like a meeting or something where they have to just discuss things in a professional manner. And again, just no shootings at parties, because that's where tons of
Yeah.
civilians would be.
Yeah.
Concerts and parties are neutral territories, no shooting. All right. Know the code, it's for everyone. Protect yourself at all times. So that's like a referee telling two boxers
Yeah.
before they fight. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's basically, I'm seeing if there's anything. Okay, this is one. No selling drugs to pregnant women. That's baby killing. That's genocide. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Wow.
and they're saying that a baby inside is alive, by the way.
Hello.
Yeah. Which, I mean, anybody with a brain can know that, but
Well.
that's a big discussion nowadays of whether that's a fact.
Yes,
But,
it is.
unfortunately. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So
Okay, that was-
okay, one more. All new jacks to the game thugs, gang members must know you're gonna get rich, you're gonna go to jail, and you're gonna die at some point. So if you accept that and still choose to get into the life, then it is what it is, basically. So all right, so yeah, that's gonna be it. But with that, you've basically given your thoughts. on it.
Well, I kind of agree
Exactly.
with the rules. I mean,
Well, how can you not?
cannot.
How can you not? I mean, what's the problem there when you look at it?
Not a problem.
Exactly.
Really.
The only
I mean,
problem comes when people don't follow it.
Yeah, when they
'Cause there's
disrespect the rules.
Exactly. There must be rules in everything, even criminal activity. There's honor among thieves. Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
That's where that came
Well,
from.
yeah,
Or
well,
why
it
that
came
came
about. I don't
about.
know. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, very good. I mean, very good knowledge there to learn that. And I mean, I've pretty much always known that that's how any decent people that are in this way of life operate. I mean, now you have the ones that are just insane, that don't care about anything or anybody.
Well, they're radical
Right.
people.
Well,
They're
I mean,
just-
they're gonna all they
just-
care about is
them.
them, yeah,
Yeah.
and they're gonna hurt anybody to get what they want. Now,
Right.
those
Right.
aren't decent people, of course. But if you have a code, then you can be a criminal and still be a good person. I mean, so I don't know why that's so funny, but you know.
Well, it's
I mean,
just.
just because something is against the law doesn't mean it's wrong. I
Well,
mean, so unless it's God's law, of course, I mean, that's a different thing. But God's law and the law we have to go by are two completely
totally
separate
different
things.
things.
They have nothing in what am I looking for? What's the word?
Nothing.
Nothing.
To compare.
No,
No,
nothing similar. I guess
Oh,
I don't know.
oh.
Yeah, basically. So anyway, all right. So yeah, let us know if you can find a full interview of that interview we tried to do. But yeah, it was just jumping around too much. It's no way to follow it really. So
Sorry, guys. We tried because
We
we
tried.
looked and we paused it and looked for something else
but anyway, we will be back
with
a
a
song.
song.
Yeah, she's been wanting to do a song.
I want
for a
to
while.
do some songs. I even wore my Tupac T-shirt,
We're
a bandana.
Yeah, we're trying to. I'm trying to go in order as much as I possibly can.
I don't care.
Yeah, well,
I
I
just
know,
want to
but-
hear music
Right.
from
Well,
Pop.
we will next week. Don't know what yet, but try to continue with the order as much as possible. But anyway, yeah. But it'll be good, of course. So anyway, all right. That is it. Kind of a quick video compared to other ones.
Sorry.
But anyway, we'll be back next week. So let us know what you think about this whole discussion about the Thug Life Code and just, yeah, go ahead.
One more question.
Yeah, mhm.
Didn't mean to interrupt. Thug life, what does that mean again?
Okay, the meaning of Thug Life. The hate you give little infants F's everybody. So, I mean, Yeah, perfect.
You know,
but yet here people hear Thug Life, oh, he's a
And,
thug, he's a criminal.
yeah,
But that's
yeah.
the real meaning. And, you know, Thug Life is
the
basically
hate you give, the
F's.
hate
You give little
give
infants. Yeah.
little
Yeah,
infants.
so kids, yeah. F's everybody.
F's
Yeah.
everybody.
Screws over everybody.
Yeah.
So
Brilliant.
there's meaning in everything if you actually look into it. So, you know, something like that, you just take it face value. Oh, thug, you know.
Well, that's all I thought.
course,
Thug life.
yeah.
I thought they were just,
Thugs.
being
Killing everybody
proud
they see.
of being.
Yeah. And thug also meaning, I mean, Tupac's meaning of it also means just anybody that's struggling, an underdog, basically, as well. So
Yeah.
that's another thing. And yeah. But anyway, all right. So that's probably enough for now. So,
Okay.
yeah, we'll be back next week. So we got into a discussion at least, just not the whole interview, unfortunately.
Yeah,
So,
sorry.
all right, guys. That's it. We will be back next week. Goodbye.